Uh, huh. Okay. Run a little late. Run a little late. Run a little late. But better late than never. Right. Okay. My bad, y'all. I thought I had this ready to go, but apparently it was not ready to go. So now I'm sitting here feeling a little estupido. Because my live was acting squirrely. I am aware that there are people who are doing lives today. Nobody that would be as fun to watch as me, but yeah, there's some lives going on today. But I wanted to do my live. Hello, 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 squad, people, folks. I'm gonna give y'all some time, little bit to mosey on in here, get in here, um, and I will begin because got a lot to talk about. Got a whole lot to talk about, and I want everybody to be here for it. Y'all show up, man. Just give a brother a little shout out, and I missed. For those that care. Diesel, what's good, bruh? I appreciate you crashing the party. It's gonna be live, man. It's gonna be live. I got some cool stuff that I want to get off my chest, some questions I want to ask. Folks, I want to hear from, and you, sir, are one of them. Brother Ray in the building. You are just in time, Ray. Like I said, I got some things I want to chop it up with y'all about, things I want to discuss, things I want to share. Um, and like I was telling these Diesel, y'all are just the people I want to share it with. I'd rather have, just like in Theo's live, I would rather have 5 or 6 lively mugs that are actually participating and in on the conversation rather than just 120 people sitting in there staring at me like I got boo-boo on my shoulder or something. You know what I'm saying? So I would much rather hear y'all, see y'all, when I see y'all, but hear from y'all and talk to y'all. So I got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. I want to talk about Super Crooks. Super Crooks is an anime that is out on Netflix right now, and there are characters and events in that anime that are drawn 120 lurkers. Yeah, I be having them, man. I see them sometime. I can see the numbers. I can see who's in here, and it's like, okay, I'm only seeing like 4 or 5 people talking, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, yeah, Super Crooks is dope. It's based off of characters and events that take place in Jupiter's Legacy. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that Jupiter's Legacy was a comic book before it was a Netflix series. So a lot of the stuff that's in Super Crooks is drawn from Mark Miller's source material from Jupiter's Legacy, which I thought was canceled prematurely. Um, they started off badly. You know, Jupiter's Legacy started off kind of badly, and they didn't get a chance to redeem themselves. So it was just like, well, did well, D, you said it's a dope series. I liked it. Um, but Super Crooks, it kind of centers around a specific Theo B. What's up? I'm just saying. Mr. Theo B, you in the building? I'm glad. I'm glad y'all here. See, we it's a party now with y'all in here. Yeah, We straight up partying. See, like for instance, it shows that there are two people in the room when clearly we know there are three. We can see that from the chat. I don't know. I just work here. Um anyway, Theo, you ain't missed too much because I got kind of a late start. We were sitting here and I was just getting ready to start discussing super flicks, super crooks. Um Lionel Yu is one of your favorite artists. Um Lionel Yu has a very interesting style. I ain't gonna say I don't like it, but it's interesting. That's what I'm gonna say. It's interesting. Later on, we're gonna be talking about another artist, and I'm gonna show y'all examples of his work. Anywho, did y'all like? Well, D's Diesel's the only one I know for sure saw it. But did y'all like the way Super Crooks ended, the way that was wrapped up, and do y'all think that there should be another season of Super Crooks? I will give y'all a couple seconds because I know it. And just so that y'all know, it's only a 2-second delay between comments. So if you want to make a comment and then clap right back and make another comment, you count 1,000, 1,000, and you can start banging out another comment. So, okay, Theo BC, he said, I ain't seen it. Okay, bruh, that's your homework tonight. Brother Ray, that's your homework tonight too. Y'all need to watch Super Crooks. I would not recommend it if it wasn't good. Okay, I don't come on here and tell y'all to watch some stuff that I was like, but I'll be honest with you. It starts off kind of slow, but be patient. It picks up. Boy, does it pick up. And it is not for the children's. Even though it's animated, it is definitely not for the children's. The intro to me is a little risque because it's got one of the female characters dancing at the beginning, and the dance is kind of like, really? Y'all trying to do freaky stuff with cartoon characters? Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's a good anime, man, and y'all should check it out. But since okay, these Diesel said the way it ends, I don't think it needs a season 2, but I wouldn't be mad either. Okay. Well, for the benefit of Misters Smith and Butler, we gonna kind of slide past Super Crooks and we're gonna get into another subject. Question. Pop quiz, hot shots. Why is there not a monthly Luke Cage series? Because Luke Cage is a family man now. And wouldn't it be great to see an ongoing series of a family man rather than some poor broke ex-convict that has to charge you money to save you? That's a cold script, man. When you think when you think about it, it's like Luke Cage to the rescue for a fee. Well, what I'm saying, Mr. Smith, um, unless I missed something in the T, there isn't currently a monthly Luke Cage series. And to be quite honest with you, there hasn't been a consistent Luke Cage series since they concluded Power Man and Iron Fist series back in like what, 86, 87? Yeah, he's been a family man since at least 2004. At least he proposed to Jessica Jones after they had their baby. He proposed to Jessica Jones in Avengers and New Avengers Annual #1. She said, yeah, they got married in an alternate reality. Oh, you're wondering why they're okay. Well, we can speculate um why there isn't an ongoing Luke Cage series. Probably for the same reason there isn't a Monica Rambeau Captain Marvel ongoing series. Probably for the same reason there is not an America Chavez ongoing series. D Diesel, if you talking about that Defenders based on the Defenders TV show, hated it. That that's not the Defenders. What? I don't understand. That is not the Defenders. Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Daredevil is not the Avengers. Two of those guys have been actual defenders. I'm sorry, I meant defenders, not Avengers. Two of them, Luke has been an actual defender, and Daredevil's actually been an actual defender. But yeah, I didn't like how they just kind of appropriated the name Defenders and made those guys defenders. It yeah, good artwork, but yeah, that's about it. They made Daredevil the leader when it should have been Luke Cage. Luke Cage definitely has more experience in that area than Matt Murdock, who both are classically loners, but Luke Cage learned to open up and be a partner to Danny Rand. But let me ask y'all this. What kind of direction do you think a Luke Cage monthly series would take or should take? Um, should we like resurrect old characters? Would it be cool to bring back Cottonmouth, the original Cottonmouth, the Cottonmouth who Mahershala Ali's character is based on in the Luke Cage Netflix series? Well, Theo, I think Matt was the leader because at the time, Daredevil's series on Netflix was the most popular and the most widely admired of the series that were on Netflix. There we go. I was waiting for somebody to bring up the Mighty Avengers. Yeah, Luke wasn't there. Now and now y'all are just y'all are putting Luke's resume down here in the chat is basically what y'all are doing. Y'all are putting everything that makes Luke a viable character for a monthly series. What we got here? He's a family man, he's a leader, he has experience leading. You know what I'm saying? So and Luke Cage has been around since what, 1972, 73? That's 50 years. Why doesn't Luke have an ongoing series? What characters do y'all know of that have been around 50 years and don't have an ongoing series? This is gonna be fun. Yes, y'all, like I said, y'all are presenting my case for me. You see what I'm saying? Literally. Why? Yeah, I agree with that, Theo, because Jessica, in any iteration, she don't take no mess. Jessica ready to beat people up. She gonna beat people up over her kids. Luke Cage needs bigger villains. The street level villains are cool, but Luke has evolved. Well, I won't say evolved. He's grew strength wise. Luke Cage is a whole hell of a lot stronger than he was when he first came out. I say straight up yellow shirt. Just yellow shirt and some jeans. That's what Luke do. He like, I ain't gonna spend all that money on a costume, but you'll spend all that money on your clothes getting tore up. I never understood that about Luke. It's like he don't want to wear a costume, but he ain't got no problem with his shirts and pants getting tore up every month. I don't know. Um, yeah. Oh yeah, he did. He did run the Thunderbolts, didn't he? As far as bigger villains, Mr. Ray, um, Moses Magnum. Moses Magnum at one point has taken on the Avengers and the X-Men. So I would say Moses Magnum would be a pretty formidable villain for Luke Cage. And he's a brother. Um, oh, Romeo, you the one hiding. Romeo, my dude, what's good? Said he could take on the Wrecker, and he is Asgardian. He is well past street level villains. Well, that depends. There are some cagey, sly, street level villains. Like I was saying about Cottonmouth, when him and Cottonmouth squared off, I mean, they nerfed the hell out of Cottonmouth for that Luke Cage series because in the comics, him and Cottonmouth were like squaring off. You know, he grabbed Luke Cage's arm and held it, and Luke Cage couldn't move his arm. You know what I'm saying? So Cornell Cottonmouth ain't no pushover. So, and if Luke Cage can lift some weights and get stronger, why can't Cornell Cottonmouth? I agree, Theo. Some jeans and a shirt made out of unstable molecules. My man needs something, cause I know, or Jessica needed it. Maybe if Jessica tell him, get you a uniform, Luke Cage. I don't care how. Get you a uniform. She ain't gonna tell him that though. And he'd probably be like, nah. They could mix it up with street level and powerful villains. Yeah, because some street level villains have given Luke Cage a hard time. And lest we forget, back in the day, Luke Cage went all the way to Latveria to beat up on Dr. Doom because Dr. Doom didn't have his cheddar. I did a video on that. I thought that was so petty and so cool at the same time. He like, man, he ain't got my paper. And I think it was only something like what, $20, $200, something like that. I know it wasn't a whole lot of money. It wasn't enough money to go over to Latveria and start a fight over. Jessica having him stripping via battles with regular clothes. Mm. Yeah, Jessica's probably a freak like that. uh, remember Discus and Stiletto? Yes, Mr. Smith, I remember Discus and Stiletto. I remember Discus and Matter of fact, I don't have to remember them. I have the comic book where they first premiered in Power Man's comic, and also the issue of Power Man and Iron Fist where he smacked all Iron Fist smacked all the Stiletto's flechettes out of the air, and Iron Fist was like, I knew Iron Fist was good, but whoa, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of banner. Yeah, the infamous "Where's my money, honey?" Matter of fact, I think that's the thumbnail that I have for that video. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Mr. Ray, you got that stiletto and discus because first they introduced stiletto, and then discus came later. Or was it the other way around? I have to go and look. But I know they introduced one before they introduced the other. They didn't get introduced together. But you imagine Jessica coming home with a uniform for Luke and making Jessica probably could make him wear a uniform. I but back to the subject at hand. Monthly title. What we got? Do we gotta go all recast T'Challa to get my man Carl Lucas a monthly title? Cause Perfectly good character, sitting around, going to waste. Ain't nobody doing nothing with Luke Cage. You know? So I mean, what y'all think? You would I know y'all buy a monthly Luke Cage title, but do y'all think, what would be an exciting premise? Yeah, Romeo, but in an alternate reality, not the 616. Danielle does become Captain America. Her tagline is "I am the Shield," because super strength and invulnerability, and you inherited Captain America's shield. Who's taking her down? That is true. Jessica did not wear her original costume because did you see her costume? It was ugly. Um, it is very hard for superheroes to pull off white. I get it. We got the War Dogs and White Tiger, and I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying it's hard. Name me 5 superheroes that wear white and their costumes are dope. I'll wait. See, you gotta think about it, don't you? Like, white costumes are ugly. Alternate future timeline. Yeah, Danielle Cage is Captain America. Unless I ain't picked up that issue and Danielle has aged significantly because she was a wee baby in the 2000s. She wouldn't be an adult yet. Or unless there's something I don't know about that she got aged and Captain America's like, here, you're buff, take this shield. I don't know. Yeah, alternate future timeline. Alternate timeline. Yeah, an alternate timeline in the future. Alternate future timeline. Yeah. Why am I contemplating that like I didn't know? Luke could do a monthly series fighting the rise of more radical groups. Radical groups like who, Romeo? I'm kind of not tracking. Give me some clarity, sir. Uh, Radical bad groups, radical uh anti-hero groups. What kind of radical groups? Give me an example of a radical group that he could fight. Like the Flag Smashers or something like that. Hydra. You know, I know, right? 2000, yeah, early 2000s, and she ain't a teenager yet. But see, here's the thing. What happens when you age children in comics, but don't age their parents? How does that work? I mean, I get it. Well, for years we could say, Luke still looked the same because black don't crack. And Jessica in the comics is part Asian, and Asian don't crack very easily either. So that's plausible. But just in general, the premise of explaining how people age, like for years, the dilemma in the Bronze Age was, Spider-Man continuing to age and grow and age and grow and age, and when in a time when they didn't want superheroes to grow. But I'm getting off, track. But that's my thing. Yeah, aging is a tricky thing, and then when you age characters too, that is what necessitates retcons. Okay, Theo say I would say a storyline involving police corruption. Okay, it could start with him becoming part of the force. Luke Cage becoming a police officer? And someone being framed and him asked to investigate. This allows his character to evolve. Luke Cage as a cop, though, that would definitely be some evolution for Mr. Cage, because any ex-cons that want to be cops? That's I'm not saying it's a bad premise, Theo. I'm just saying Wow, that's gonna be a hard that's gonna be a hard sell selling me on Luke as a cop. Um, Romeo said, where there are growing far right groups could find they are funded by Hydra who are growing more violent, even having members submit to experiments to gain power. Okay, I could see that. Or even who remembers the Sons of the Serpent? The Sons of the Serpent were the original hate group in comics. Terrell Austin's in the building. What's going on? Player from the Himalayas. We talk about Luke Cage having a monthly series, bro, and how we feel about it, and the premises of what forms and things that would take. Theo said he will face escalating issues that will elevate the level of villain he faces. That's everybody. Okay. D Diesel. I liked when Luke called Tony Stark out on his registration BS during Secret Invasion, basically accusing him of having an old white superiority complex. Yeah. Yeah. New Jack City. uh, okay. Theo, my dude. Okay. Sit your $5 ass down before I make change. That's that's the line right there in that movie. Or Rockabye Baby. I hate that she got shot. Um, I was more thrown off about Keisha dying than the Dudder man. Um, Anywho, yo, since I got faces into place, we're gonna move on to another subject. Y'all got some very interesting ideas for a Luke Cage ongoing series. I think I'm going to try to run that up the ladder. Um, might even mention it on the radio a couple times and get everybody kind of primed and prepped and get folks, like, hey, why don't we have a Luke Cage ongoing series? So we can make that happen. That's because that's what I do. Besides entertainment, I advocate too for good causes. And real quick, I was reading a newspaper article about Congress not making into law that women have to register for the Selective Services draft. So they don't. How do we feel about that? I was reading something where someone had said women registering for the draft would weaken the country's fighting force because nobody wants a woman in a war zone having to mix it up with a man. What do y'all think about that? Should women be drafted? I mean, it's a moot point. They ain't gonna draft them now, but what did y'all think about that? Should women be drafted and have to do military service based on the draft or register for selected services draft? What y'all think about that? And we don't have to dwell on that too long because I got another subject that I know y'all gonna love. It's just a thought. It was something that was on my mind because Terrell says he doesn't think so. He doesn't think women should register for the draft. Terrell, do you think women should not register for the draft for the reasons that I mentioned? Because let's say, for instance, Diana is your battle buddy. Do you feel comfortable with Diana being your battle buddy in a situation where y'all get into a firefight or y'all get into some close quarter stuff? Do you feel comfortable with Diana being your battle buddy? And now Diana ain't buff, and now Diana ain't got no black belts and nothing. Just the military training. I don't know. I got a couple friends that do jujitsu, and Theo, You opening a can of worms, family. You opening a can of worms. Don't women want equal rights? I thought that initially when I heard it, but then when women started beefing about it, I was like, y'all want selective rights. Y'all don't want equal rights. And to me, it was just like, y'all want to fight, fight. Lawrence, what's good, sir? Long time no hear. I heard from you yesterday. I'm playing. What's up? I don't think there should be a forcible draft for anyone. The war machine should have only volunteers for the elites wars. Oh, you coming in here like that? um, so all right, let's go with that, Lawrence. Um, you don't think there should be a draft. All right. Let's say there's a war and there's a situation that could potentially affect the United States. Say Russia, 53 miles from us, big Diomede, little Diomede. And they decide they want to come across and the forces we have aren't sufficient. We can't draft. I mean, I get volunteering, but okay, Romeo says there are many areas in the military besides combat because we can still use bodies in those. I agree. The only people I think should be in the field that isn't qualified for real combat. Okay. Well, I don't know if you've done any military service, Romeo, but I know in the Army, in the Marines, and to a lesser degree in the Navy and Air Force, combat training is, everybody got to do combat training, not just men. So if women got to do combat training, when they ever gonna use it? You ain't gonna teach me how to fly an Apache and not put me in an Apache. That's a waste of government money. Theo, you said, I mean, as men, do we really have an answer that's not going to upset at least one woman? Well, yeah, more than likely. They're yeah. H-Town boss. What? Okay. All right. All right. You know what, y'all? Off the draft and on to this. H-Town said, I'm sorry this might be off topic, but I had someone on Twitter just tell me that Bucky became Black Panther in the comics. Well, unless Bucky becomes the Black Panther in issue 2 of Black Panther's latest ongoing comic, I'm going to say that's a no, bruh. In fact, I can go get my 4 copies of Black Panther issue number 1, and I can swear that's T'Challa in the habit. So, yeah, that brings me up another topic. Reputable, reliable sources. Giant freaking robot is not a reliable source. I can tell you that right now. So anybody who ever brings me some news about something happening and say giant freaking robot broke the story, you're going to get the Omar Epps face. You know what the Omar Epps face is? That face right there. So yeah, these Diesel, I think that nonsensical casual fan babbling. Bam. That's exactly what that is. Because like I said, I got 4 comic books, all called Black Panther #1. They're variant covers, but they got the same story inside. And bruh, ain't no Bucky in that mug. Theo just did a live with Back of the Bus where they reviewed Black Panther #1. Unless they talking about Black Panther #2, ain't no Bucky to be found. No place. And while we talking about Black Panther, while I'm on the subject, how y'all feel about these fools that don't update on Giant Freaking Robot? Up Ain't no update on Giant Freaking Robot because Giant Freaking Robot is not a reliable source. How many times I gotta say that? They done broke a bunch of stories that turned out later on. It was like, so I don't know where them cats at Giant Freaking Robot get their information at. They're hit and miss. Sometimes they might break a story, or sometimes they might get a story and it be like, okay, that sounds plausible. But yeah, LOL Giant Robot. Exactly, D Steezel. Don't bring nothing Giant Freaking Robot say to none of us, because most of us know Giant Freaking Robot is booty. Fans are, I saw an article where they were saying, okay, there ain't gonna be no T'Challa recast. Yeah, we know that. And they're like, well, Shuri's Salon. It was on Salon. They were talking about, okay, Marvel is not recasting. All right, Slowpoke, we already got that story a couple weeks ago. But y'all talk about Shuri's going to be cast in the role of Black Panther. We don't even know if Shuri gonna still be in the movie, period. So see what I'm saying about these stories and these so-called breaking articles about stuff? Take it with a grain of salt, y'all. At Ray Smith, what if Hunter, aka the White Wolf, becomes the Black Panther? Not bloody likely. Not saying they're reliable, saying the response. And that's why I said not bloody likely, Mr. Smith. Yeah, 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 yeah. They come on, y'all. Let's stay focused. 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 All right. What we talk about? We talk about Luke Cage. We talk about Super Crooks. We talked about women in the draft. T'Challa recast. The latest news I heard was Shuri could potentially be on the chopping block. That's the latest news. If you want to know, H Town, that's what's going on with Black Panther right now. They know the names of potential replacements, but don't know who could replace Chadwick. See, that kind of stuff. Okay, I can poke holes in their stuff all day long. It's got to make sense. Make it make sense. That right there makes no sense. You know the names of replacements, but you don't know who could replace Chadwick. And why are y'all even contemplating it? Because you said you ain't going to replace him anyway. Mr. DJ of Wakanda gets that for babbling. I love it. Okay. So as far as recast T'Challa and all of that, that's where we at. Am I right? Unless somebody knows something, I don't know. We at Shuri might just be staying in the UK. So unless somebody done heard something different that I ain't heard or that I've been monitoring or something just came across the wire 15 minutes ago, that's where we at with Black Panther news. You know what I'm saying? If my religion was voodoo, I would be trying to do things to sabotage that movie more than it's sabotaging itself. Hey, the universe say if you doing wrong, player, I'm gonna have to step in. I'm gonna have to intervene. I'm gonna make things happen. And look at what's happening. They dry snitching on themselves. They potentially losing cast members. What you say? You seen about 7 black actresses? Because that's what they doing. MCU, they cramming as much estrogen up in that mug as they can. And it's like, okay, stop playing that game. Stop playing that game because they know, black women to get loud and vocal if you say something about, how come Shuri is the Black Panther? Or well, how come she can't be? So I don't even get into that conversation no more. It's addition by subtraction. And we talked about that on Theo's live yesterday. It's not either or, it's not one or the other. They brother and sister. They're package deal. You get them both. Yeah, Wakanda forever delayed, hopefully forever. Hot garbage. Have I ever created my own? Funny you should mention that, Terrell. I have an entire universe of comic book characters, and recently I just had an artist illustrate a couple of them, do some commissions for me, and illustrated a couple of my characters. One of my characters I based on my oldest daughter, and her name is called Fangs Bane, and she's a magic user and she uses magic items. I also have another character called Nin Jackson. He's a ninja. That's a brother. But he's cool. He's very cool looking. By the way, before I forget, y'all go to a YouTube page called Unknown Potential. And he's the cat who did my illustrations for my characters. I got another one. I had a few. I got one called Pax Defensor. In Latin, that means protect peace. Anywho, yeah. So yeah, definitely. And I write my own stories too. So, sure have. But Unknown Potential, man. Y'all go hit up Unknown Potential on YouTube. He's an artist, and he made a decision recently to just go full time and start doing art as a profession, as his passion. Man, the boy can draw. Hit him up. And if you need some commissions done, if you need some work done, like if you want to improve like your logos on your YouTube page, he can hook that up. He does animations, he does graphic art. Hit the brother up, and he's on there digital, and he does a lot of time lapse art on his page. Shameless plug. Unknown Potential. Hit him up. Unknown Potential is also on Instagram. So yeah, hit that cat up, man. And I think he would be very happy if y'all come and check him out. But anyway, are y'all like me and feel like Will and Jada need to shut the hell up? And like I don't want to hear nothing else that Will and Jada got to say ever again in life. Cause it's like y'all personal business is out there. They remind me of somebody's mama and daddy. Like when they over to the house playing cards and they get drunk and start airing their business. That's Will and Jada. Don't nobody wanna hear all that. And it's like Jada out here dry snitching. But hey, it's more Jada than Will, but Will married to her. My wife couldn't go out there and put me on blast like that to the whole universe. My wife wouldn't go out there and put me on blast to the whole universe like that. That's just not cool. I mean, I think when you get rich and famous, you don't look at the world the same no more. I mean, I used to do improv with a guy, and this guy was like textbook narcissist. And he ain't made no money yet. So I'm like, I could imagine if this dude gets famous, he already got the Hollywood attitude down. And it seemed like don't nobody want to know about all that. Yeah, I don't want to hear. Yeah, I don't want to hear any of that. Okay. You had your entanglement. That right there was the time to STFU. when you start talking about entanglements, I mean, everybody knew for years that, they was on some freaky deaky stuff, but don't air it. I can't believe that somebody needs to tell that to somebody supposedly as intelligent as them people. Does nobody want to hear that? Ain't nobody got time for that. I know I don't. I don't have no time for it. I mean, she was over the top with the red table stuff. Will's first wife was I want to say she was Dominican. Um Nah, and she wasn't a celebrity either. So that might have a little something to do with it too. Yeah, and that's why I brought it up, Romeo. I saw that too. I saw that petition where they was like, if y'all keep on with all this, we don't want to see y'all no place. Mm. Theo, you said you rather hear from Russell and Sierra, and I don't want to hear from them. I don't want to hear from Dwayne. I really don't want to hear from Dwayne and Gabrielle. Definitely don't want to hear from. Don't know why you want. Yeah, well, look, and that's it. Them kind of people like Lil Boosie and 50 Cent, and they just keep putting themselves out there, and don't nobody really want to hear from Trick Daddy. That's another one who could just be quiet and not be heard or seen no more, and I think we'd be fine with it. But yeah, Will and Jada, maybe we need to get another petition going. Be like, Jada, STFU, STFU. You need to STFU. You and your funky red table. Y'all need to shh. They really, really do. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I gotta get serious for a minute. And if I get choked up, y'all forgive me. Because it's some stuff that's near and dear to my heart. Tuesday, I read in the Hollywood Reporter that the legendary comic book artist George Perez was diagnosed with terminal pancreatic cancer. And the man only got 6 months to a year to live. And he has foregone the choice to get radiation or chemotherapy. He just wants to live his life out, the time that he has left. Mr. Smith can tell you, if he's still in here, man, don't nobody draw superheroes on a page like George Perez. Don't nobody draw superheroes on a page like George Perez. Don't nobody draw superheroes on a page like George Perez. One of my favorite artists of all time too, and yeah, he's been struggling with a lot of issues over the years. Yeah, he's in my top 3, Mr. Ray. Yeah, Cyborg, Raven, and Starfire were first drawn by George Perez. George Perez is the illustrator of Crisis on Infinite Earths. George Perez had an amazing run on Justice League of America. George Perez had an amazing run on Teen Titans. George Perez had an amazing run on Wonder Woman. And like you said, Mr. Smith, I loved both of his runs on Avengers. My first George Perez comic book was Avengers number 141 with the Avengers fighting the Squadron Supreme on the cover. They made that into like a little Trapper Keeper folder. I know y'all, some of y'all don't remember Trapper Keepers, but man, I would have to go fish it out, Theo. But yes, I have the cover. I have that. George Perez is my dude. Um, what can you say about that? What can you say about that? That when I first saw that, that cover literally took my breath away. Superman wielding Mjolnir and Cap's shield. Yes. Yes. Yes, Theo. Everybody and their mama. Yes. Man, we ain't gonna get in about a year, we ain't gonna get no more of that. We ain't gonna have no more of that. I just, man, Avengers, Teen Titans, Crisis on Infinite Earths, this Avengers JLA limited series, bruh. I remember when I picked up issue 141 of the Avengers, man, and just his action sequences, man, he can cram everybody. He can cram everybody on a page, man, and it looks beautiful. The cover to Justice League of America number 200, gatefold cover with everybody, man. Yeah, it does, Terrell. It just I do not tire of looking at that picture. I wish I had a huge print of that picture to put on my wall. To me, that picture epitomizes superhero, superherodom, period. Just, I mean, man, I remember picking up that Teen Titans. It was like, man, that dude, whoever he is, I like the way he draws. I like how he crams everybody on the cover. That jump's beautiful. And I stuck with that run, with that new Teen Titans run. Judas Contract and beyond, man. It's just Perez is the man. He's was that JLA? Did he do JLA versus Titans, or was that Phil Jimenez or Carlos Pacheco? Because Phil Jimenez, yes, he did do X-Men. Phil Jimenez and Carlos Pacheco are their styles as far as both characters on a page, their styles are very reminiscent of George Perez. Um, I didn't pick up the Batman run. But that second Avengers run that he did with Kurt Busiek after when Heroes returned from the onslaught thing when they came back and it was just Avengers, Avengers, Avengers. That first cover, oh my gosh. It's I can't believe, man, we are never gonna see that in a year or two again. I hope somebody does some kind of salute or something to him, man, before he goes. And I really am going to make an effort to get to a comic convention somewhere where I know he's gonna be, so I can get some of this stuff autographed because I didn't get a chance to get some of my stuff autographed by Stan Lee, and I am still kicking myself for that. But not gonna happen a second time. Yeah, you are right, Theo. You're right with that. Yeah, Rob, even though Rob Liefeld can't draw, he knows good art when he sees it. I never miss an opportunity to bag on Rob Liefeld, man. If Rob Liefeld can get a job drawing comic books, then I'm finna try out. Yeah, Dee Diesel, both of his Avengers runs were fire. Um, his first run, he introduced Graviton. Um, he introduced Jocasta. He introduced the evolved version of Korvac that murdered all of the Avengers and then brought them back to life later. Um, he introduced Miss Marvel joining the Avengers. He introduced the Collector collecting all of the Avengers. Um, well, he didn't introduce the Collector collecting all of the Avengers, but Korvac's girlfriend was the Collector's daughter. There. It's good. Scarlet Witch being possessed by Chthon. Um, man, he has so many. First appearance of the Taskmaster. Man, oh my goodness. Yeah. George Perez comic books are about to go through the roof in value. Oh my God. Whew. And I would say about a third of my collection is George Perez stuff. You know, I got both of those Avengers runs. I got the Teen Titans run. I got Crisis on Infinite Earths. Um, oh, George Perez did a Fantastic Four run in the late 70s. That Salem 7 run. Mr. Smith, you remember Salem 7? Nicholas Scratch? The Korvac saga, yeah, was when he gave the most props to T'Challa, saying that he didn't want to kill him out of all the other heroes. I remember that. I remember that. Cause yeah, but he did. He did it, man. Korvac was airing mugs out. I'm just like, ooh, wait. Yeah, and I was shocked, Mr. Ray, that battle only lasted in one comic book. One comic book, he murdered them all, and then because his girl wasn't back in his play when they all hit him at once, he just let himself die, and then brought everybody back to life. His Avengers run, bro, Barnes and Noble. um, oh, and he came back for that Gatherers run with the Juggernaut and the other Gatherers. You know, I don't know if y'all know about them. Uh the avatars of it's escaping me right now, but there's what are their names? Anyway, there's 7 of them, and they can't get together long enough to do anything because they're all vying for power. Oh, I'm reminiscing, Theo. I'm reminiscing, bruh. That's all. Um, that's why I love Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes. That storyline was in that show. There was a couple of storylines in that show that were quite memorable. But yeah, that they did kind of a revised version of Korvac. I didn't really care for that. I would have much rather seen them all get together and get iced like they did in the comics and then come back to life. Perez also has some amazing Ultron runs. The Bride of Ultron, and then in his second run, That Ultron army. Oh my goodness, that was dope. And they put some respect on T'Challa's name in that, because they came to Wakanda Design Group, and T'Challa was fighting Ultron by himself. See, that's why I love my man George Perez, because George Perez shows love, and we need to show that man love too. Nah, they wouldn't do quarterback in the MCU, because if they did, they kill him. I mean, he did die, but they kill him before he had a chance to kill everybody. And then Morgan Le Fay. The Morgan Le Fay run, where she's changed all reality around and all of the Avengers were medieval. Iron Man was called Sir Fulminator. I thought that was a pretty cool concept. See, and he brought those concepts to life, man. He brought them to life so freaking beautifully, man. God, I'm gonna miss that dude. I'm gonna miss that dude and his art when he is gone. Goodness. Why they always gotta take the good ones, y'all? Why they always gotta take the good ones? Mm-mm-mm. Well, y'all, what did I not cover? I covered that. Yeah, I covered everything I needed to cover, y'all. Come back for more next week. I should be back at my regular time. These holidays got me, all out of sorts, man. So I'm having to get in where I fit in. His Avengers run was running simultaneously to Priest's Black Panther run. Yes, and he was very respectful of Christopher Reeve's Black Panther Christopher Priest's Black Panther run. He even outfitted T'Challa in the current outfit that he was wearing in the Christopher Priest run. So props to him, man. I just yo, can we have just a moment of silence, man, for well, he ain't gone yet. So no, we ain't gonna have that moment of silence. We're gonna have that moment of silence when it matters. Man, continue the legacy. We know what great stories are. Real talk, fam. Real talk. Yep, the black and gold. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He handled it. And he had on the boots that he can run up the wall, the sneakers. He had them on. So yeah. If they did Korvac, the men would die and the women would kill Korvac. Y'all, y'all are on it today, man. Y'all, I mean, I need to start an improv group with y'all in it. Speaking of which, I announced on the radio yesterday that I plan to get my improv group here back together, and I will definitely be filming the shows. So, y'all can see your man doing his improv thing with his improv group, mostly Melanin Arts. Yeah, we about to do it again. So, matter of fact, I might put up some clips of the improv show from back in like 2017, 2018. We was having fun. It is. It's a very liberating thing to do. Why am I self-plugging? Let me stop. Anybody got anything they need to plug? Anybody got anything they doing on YouTube or off of YouTube that y'all want me to mention? Because like my man Theo always say, sharing is caring. And if you know me, grow me. Digging what I'm shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. And since y'all been putting dirt in my bucket, I would like to put some back in y'all's. Oh, you there for it, bro? Yeah. Well, then I'm gonna definitely get some vids up, man. Yeah, I've got, and I did a play too. I need to put that up at one point. It's called No Discretion Advised. It's about a young virgin. But he's a church boy, and his homie is like I kind of patterned him after me back in the day, where he was he was a womanizer, and he's trying to get his boy to do some things that his faith is telling him he shouldn't do. So yeah, that was a pretty fun play. And then I had a Q&A after the play, and folks was asking me questions. D Steezel, good eye. Just noticed the Hanna-Barbera Universe shirt. Yeah, man. Let me give you that. There you go. Yeah, Space Ghost, My Tour, Blue Falcon, Birdman, Herculoids, Frankenstein Jr., and one of the Impossibles, Multiple Man. Yeah, yeah. They had a comic book. It's made by Marvel for a short time, and now they have Future Quest through DC Comics. So if you want to get your Hanna-Barbera fix, Romeo, it seems that the women in Marvel aren't nerfed, especially to the extent of the men. Oh, okay. Every night from 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. I would love to have ladies in here that, but sometimes they be tipping and creeping and don't say nothing, because I know one of my lady friends messaged me and was like, "Oh, I listened to your show the other night," and I'm like, "Why you didn't say nothing?" Yeah, they be in here. They pop in and pop out and pop in and pop out, and they don't think a brother see them. And then later on, they say something on like another format or another social media. And I'm like, yeah, I'm really enjoying your. Are you? Are you really enjoying it? Open your mouth and say something then. If you're digging what I'm shoveling, how hard is that? Come on. That's yeah. So if y'all got lady friends, tell your lady friends who are nerds to get they lady nerd butts in here and have opinions about nerd stuff, because this is what we do. Theo will tell you. You know what I'm saying? We sit in here and we have good conversations, great conversations. Brother Ray will tell me, what is the name of the YouTube channel you were talking about earlier? If you're talking about the one where I was talking about the upcoming artist, it's called, the name of that page is Unknown Potential. Unknown Potential. And he does amazing art, man. I mean, just off the chain. He did. Matter of fact, maybe in a video, maybe sometime I might get him on and let him kind of talk himself up and speak about his page, man. Because I'm learning more and more every day, man. You got to send the blessings out before they will come back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to be a blessing to y'all, to anybody I can, anybody within the sound of my voice here on the radio. Man, if y'all got something y'all want to plug, y'all got something y'all want to do, y'all got a cause, I'm your man. Yes, I agree, D. It definitely need to be more female fans speaking. But don't get it twisted. We got female fans. It's the speaking part that we got to work on getting them to do, because they I knew somebody was going to say that. Well, I hate to be the one to tell you, D. Sausage Central up in this piece. Sausage fest. Y'all some crazy fools. Man, look here, y'all. It been an hour, and normally I tries not to let these creep out past the hour, but every now and then they will. Yo, I had fun. I had fun today, and I appreciate y'all, Brother Ray, D Steezel, Brother Lawrence, and my man Theo B. Romeo. Man, thank all of y'all for showing up today and rocking with a brother. I'm telling you, I do it every week, or I try to do it every week, and I really, really appreciate it if y'all come rock with me and bring a friend, bring a girl. Bring a girl next time you come, and then that way it won't be such a sausage fest. Hey, I'm out, y'all. I'm coming back with another one of these other ones, man. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other. Peace.